It's Sarah, and today I'm going to share with you my September book haul. I only have 6 books to show you guys, only 6. Very proud of myself. I have been very restrained and not going overboard with buying books this month. Very proud of myself, and only 2 of these I actually bought. The other 4 were sent to me, so very, very excited to show you what I have. The first 2 books I have are books that were sent to me for review. So the first one is The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is an early ARC copy. I don't know if this is going to be the final cover or not. I hope it is, because it's really beautiful, as you can see. This is a book that was sent to me from Bookish First, and they are a website where you can set up an account, and every week you can get an early look at an upcoming book. They give you options of books that you can look at. You download the early copy. Usually it's, you know, the first couple of chapters. Sometimes it can be up to 50 or 75 pages even. And you take a read, see what you think, write a little mini review of your first impression of it. And then if you would like to receive a copy of the book, you can be entered to win a copy. And they only have limited numbers, so it's like a raffle. And you get entered by, you know, writing your first impression of the book. So if you guys are interested in that website, I will leave it down below. They have options for either print books or ebooks as well. So you definitely have some options on there, and I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to check it out. But I did get this one from them, so I'm super excited about it. I did read the first, I want to say, couple of chapters of this one. And this is a book that is set, and it has kind of the same species, I'm gonna say, as her Lux series. So there are aliens involved in here. Aliens live among the humans and everybody knows about them. And so I think it's kind of a spin-off of that. I don't believe it follows any of the same characters as the Lux series, so this can be read as a standalone or, you know, as the start of a new series. You don't have to read the Lux series to understand this. So yeah, I'm interested to read it though, and I have not read anything by this author yet. I do have the whole Lux series, but I haven't read it, so I guess we'll see. This will probably be my first one though, because it is a review book, so I need to read it. And this one comes out in October. And this next one, I jumped up and down for joy when I got it. The publisher reached out to me on this one and asked if I would be interested in a review copy, and I said yes. It sounded very interesting. It is actually the first fantasy book that is being published by this publishing company, and it's actually a children's, or like maybe a middle grade type of book. But look how gorgeous this is. It's so beautiful. My breath was taken away when I opened it. This is called A Winter's Promise. This is by Christelle Dabos, and this was actually translated, I believe, from French. I believe this was originally published in French, and they're translating it into English now. And the publisher, Europa Editions, is publishing it, and this is their first fantasy book that they are publishing. And so they asked if I wanted a review copy, and I was like, yeah, I do. That sounds really interesting. And this is book number 1 in the Mirror Visitor series. So I guess there's going to be more, but yeah, this is a YA fiction is what it says on here. So it's a YA fantasy, and I'm excited to read it and see, you know, what it's all about. I don't know a ton about it. I didn't want to look too much into it. I just, you know, kind of read briefly what they sent me, and I was like, yeah, that sounds interesting. And it is stunning. It's also huge. This is a pretty big book. And since it is YA, you know, like the writing's a little bit big, so that's cool. I think I could probably get through it fairly quickly. But this comes out September 25th, and I'm hoping to actually read it towards the end of the month, maybe early October, and let you guys know what I think. But it's so stunning, I can't even get over it. And then I had my friend Jamie sent me an email, and her and I have talked a whole bunch before, not only through books, but through scrapbooking as well. And she said she was unhauling some books and asked if I wanted any from the list. And I was like, there's a couple on there that are piquing my interest. I think I'm gonna take you up on that. So the first one is All Is Not Forgotten by Wendy Walker, and I have heard of this. This is an adult thriller book, and I've heard good things, and Karen Slaughter blurbed it, so I'm all over that for sure. But I don't know exactly what's about. I like to go into my thrillers that way. I don't like to know exactly what's going to be happening, but she went ahead and sent this to me, and she did enjoy it as well, so thank you, Jamie. And the second book that she sent along with that one is The Silent Sister by Diane Chamberlain. This is now my 4th Diane Chamberlain book. Ask me how many I've read. 0. So I need to get on Diane Chamberlain. I need to get on this and read her books. But I really, truly, I have 4 to choose from. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that here pretty soon. But yep, I thought I would go ahead and take her up on this offer as well. So again, thank you, Jamie, I appreciate it. And then there were 2 books that I bought for myself. I actually put in a little bit of a book outlet order. My daughter needed one for her book club that she has here. And so I went ahead and got her a copy of that. And then I threw this in my cart as well. And that is The Book of American Martyrs by Joyce Carol Oates. And the premise of this sounds pretty interesting. It follows a bunch of different people who are going through different times in their lives and kind of how they're dealing with that. And I believe they all kind of feel like they're being martyrs for some higher purpose or being martyrs for other people or something like that. It's a little bit vague, which is kind of what most of her books are described as, so you kind of have to go into it, you know, with an open mind. But Joyce Carol Oates is an author that I wanted to give another shot to. I have only read 1 book by her, and I read it, oh gosh, I think before I even got married. It was We Were the Mulvaneys, and I remember enjoying that book. And so I wanted to give her another try and see what I think now as my, you know, reading tastes has kind of evolved and all that. This is also a really big book. I didn't realize how big it was, but you know, it was super cheap on book outlets. So I grabbed a copy, and yeah. So if any of you guys have read this, let me know what you thought. It's a little bit intimidating, not only because of the size. I mean, big books don't scare me, but she does write literary fiction. So sometimes, you know, that can be a little iffy. So, but let me know if any of you guys have read this one. And the last book that I picked up for myself, I found at Books A Million on the bargain table. And I was like, I'm gonna take that. Stephen King. This is Dreamcatcher, and this cover is so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Just, oh, the pinks and the purples. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So this is a full-length novel. I thought this was actually a compilation or like a short story type thing, but it's not. It's a full novel. So I think this has some alien type of things. There's airplanes flying. Can you hear that? That's Freedom. Freedom is flying over my house right now very loudly. They're pretty low today. So this one is set in Derry, Maine, which is the same setting as it. And it is about, I believe, a group of friends who come together every year and they take some sort of camping trip together, and they go to a cabin, and it's usually during the winter where it's snowing and all that. And then one year something really strange starts happening, and a stranger comes upon their cabin, which has never happened before, and then something that's described as otherworldly starts happening. So I think it's kind of alienish, maybe other species type thing. So I'm definitely interested because it's Stephen King, and why not? And it was super cheap. I think this was $4.97, so I took advantage. Okay guys, that's it. Those are the 6 books that I have acquired in the month of September. I think I do have one more art coming, but I don't know exactly when I'm gonna get it, so I'll just put that on my October one for you. But I'm very excited about all these books. Let me know down below if you read any of them and what you thought, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.